All right, Shalom. Shalom, giving all praises, glory, and honors unto Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, great millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Tazaiwan from GMS Atlanta. Back with another edifying video. This will be an update to the MOTB and the coming image of the beast, which is the system, the coming digital system, the coming digital identity system, I should say, in the earth, which is part of the image of the beast, or the beast is NATO. When you read Revelation, the 13th chapter, starting around the 11th verse, and part of the image is the new way of life, the new lifestyle, the new, like I said, digital identity system that the elites of Esau, the different governments and companies are putting in place around the world. Now, I was listening to the apostles and the bishops. Well, let me see here. Yes, I was listening to the apostles and bishops going live on a Tuesday afternoon, September 24th, 2024, and they were live yesterday evening, or yesterday afternoon into the evening, from Apostles Live on 34th Street, I believe. Apostles Live, GMS 34th. So I was listening to the lesson, and they were rolling in the spirit, man. Apostle Gabar, Bishop Sakaran, Bishop Manatazak, and the Bishop Manatazak, he mentioned about this TV series, which is a Marvel TV series known as Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And he mentioned about in the TV series, there's this enemy group called Hydra, and they were pretty much the counterpart to the elites behind the scenes of this world, the wicked elites of Esau, the so-called Illuminati. They were the Marvel TV equivalent to that group. And he mentioned that that they were trying to take over the world through what's known as compliance. Okay, compliance. So they pretty much, just wanted everyone in the world to comply with their new takeover of the world, right? And they infiltrated, the government and companies and different agencies around the world. And pretty much the premise of the show is you got the agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Marvel heroes trying to stop them from taking over the world. But anyway, what he had mentioned was compliance. And the first thing that I thought about was Revelation 13, from around 14 on down. And I'll get the scripture, right? But it mentioned about compliance. And so I was thinking about, that's pretty much what the elites want to do with their system, is they want all the citizens of the earth to comply with their New World agenda. Okay? They want everybody micro C-hip, right, chipped and tagged, and all their data and their information tied to the system. And this digital system. And so I thought about all the videos and all the information, that I've done, dealing with this new digital identity. So I went to Google and typed in digital identity compliance, and this is what came up. It says digital identity is important for compliance with legal and regulatory requirements, such as know your customer and anti-money laundering. Digital identity verification and management systems can help businesses ensure compliance while reducing the need for manual checks. And so these are all the different ways. It says here are some ways digital identity compliance works. So it says KYC, know your customer. Digital identities can help businesses verify a customer's identity before opening an account or conducting business. So in order for you to open up a business, be an entrepreneur in this future world that is emerging around us, you're going to have to comply to the requirements by certain businesses and banks in order to get a bank loan and get certain things squared off so you can participate in the system. And this leads right into the MOTB Revelation 13 and 16, right? It says AML, digital identities can prevent identity fraud and ensure compliance with AML laws. So pretty much businesses and companies have to comply with the laws, but also the citizens are going to have to comply, okay? Corporate digital identity. This can help banks enhance customer due diligence, ensure transparent operations, and support accurate financial reporting. So first, these companies have to comply with the digital system that is emerging, and then that's going to trickle down to the different citizens around the world. So you're going to have to be a part of the system in order to conduct any banking transactions, get any banking loans, starting business, which is interesting, but also it makes sense why when you read Revelation, the 13th chapter, it mentions about you having to get the charagma, which is a physical thing, and an engraving or a cutting or an implanting in the flesh of the digital implant, the micro C-hip under your skin or in your forehead, in order for you to buy and sell. So let me go to the scriptures. And let me read Revelation 13. I'll read 15. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Right? And so I was thinking about that word compliance. And pretty much when you comply with something, that's you giving agreeance to whoever is in charge. Whoever has authority, you are complying with whatever they set forth. So I want to look up this word worship, right? So when you go into the Greek and you look up the word worship in Revelation 13 and 15 on down, okay, let me click on the word. Proskuneo, which is meaning to kiss, like a dog licking his master's hand. So pretty much you're going to have to bow to the masters of Esau, right? So what does it mean? It means to kiss the hand towards one in token of reverence. Among the Orientals, especially the Persians, to fall upon the knees and touch the ground with the forehead as an expression of profound reverence. Yeah, like bowing down, you know. In the New Testament, by kneeling or prostration to do homage to one or make obeisance, whether in order to express respect or to make supplication. So let's look up this word obeisance, which means obedience means to have respect or bow. Okay? So you're going to have to bow to this new system that Esau is creating in the earth, right? So you're going to have to, so worship goes into the bowing down and obedience to this system, right? This digital world, all right, that's emerging, okay? So now, right, when you look up, so now going back to digital identity compliance, I'm going to show you how it all makes sense. All right. So I gave you the legal and corporate definition and what it means with digital identity. But now when you look up the word compliance in the dictionary, it says compliance, as in obedience, right? A readiness or willing to yield to the wishes of others. Okay? So you have certain synonyms here: obedience, compliancy, right? There's compliancy, acquiescence, deference, okay? Submissiveness, docility, acceptance, consent, conformity. So the worship of the image of the beast is you know, accepting this new digital world through getting the MOTB. Now, when you scroll down to even more synonym words, look what pops up, right? It says obedience, submission, conformity, subordination, surrender, submissiveness, obedience. Okay? Obedience. Now, this was one word that was a definition in context of worshiping this coming system. All right, in Revelation 13:15, obedience. Okay, so obedience is another word for worship or compliance. Okay, so it says obedience means a show of respect or acknowledgement of the authority or importance of another, right? So when you are giving obedience, which is the worship of this coming digital system, you're basically saying that you are acknowledging that the elites of Esau is your master, okay? It's pretty much your owner. Now, what are they going to do to solidify that fact? Well, let's go back and let's read now. Let's go back to Revelation 13:15 again. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not. Now it says worship here in the English, right, for the Greek, but we can also put compliance. As many as would not comply with the image or the system that of the beast should be killed or give obedience. So if you're not acknowledging the authority of the elites, then they're going to say, oh, okay, well, you're a threat, so we're going to have to put you down, unalive you. So what are they going to do to make sure that you worship them? Verse 16, and he calls it all, right, talking about people, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a what? A mark, which is a charagma in the Greek, an engraving, a cutting in the flesh, right? Let's look this word up, which is the Greek word charagma, Which, what does it mean? It says here, stamp of, right, of it stamped on the forehead or on the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist, meaning those that follow this system, because this whole world is against Yahweh Shah, which is the Messiah. And we read also in the New Testament that it says that there are many Antichrists. Okay? So, we're living in a time where we're going to have to start to comply with this emerging digital identity world that Esau is creating. Right? It says what a thing, right? The mark of branded upon horses. You brand a horse to show ownership of the horse to, whoever bought the horse owns the horse. Something carved, sculpture, graven work of idolatrous images, which is dealing with something physical. It's not sin, but it is a sin to take it, because it is a sin to have any other god or idol or worship any man over Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. See, we can get deep with this MOTB breakdown. And this shows that GMS has been right the whole time. Okay? So they're going to cut you, right, engrave under your skin a device, which is the Karax, right, from Carasso, to sharpen to a point akin to the idea of scratching, right, or piercing. Which you have a pale, a stake, a palisade, which a pale or a stake, right, is what? A strong wooden or metal post with a point at one end driven into the ground. Okay, so what are they going to drive into the ground or drive into your skin? That needle and that pale or palisade would be the microchip, right? The micro C-hip. They're going to drive that under your skin or your forehead. Look at a Neuralink. Okay? So this is what we are seeing that people are getting, which the new coming digital system from the elites is going to use as the tool, the catalyst, to have the whole world, right, different people around the world comply or worship their new image or their new system, which is orchestrated by the beast, which is Esau's system of NATO. Okay? Now we can see it make sense. Now it's becoming even deeper with understanding, which is what? Digital identity compliance. Okay? Digital identity verification. Our corporate digital identity enhances, right? All of this is dealing with the coming system in the world. Matter of fact, let's go to some news, right? And see, all of this is what, 20 hours ago, 4 days ago. Yodi Biometrics ease UK hiring compliance with sterling background checks. So they're going to check your background to see if they, want to hire you based on the compliance of these different companies and your compliance with the digital identity system. And I've been doing videos on this for the longest, man. Nigerian digital ID startup Regifile, which is what, register and file, raises $1.1 million to address Africa's AML compliance challenges. So first they have to get this system in place first. Then once the system is in place, then they can initiate whatever plan they have to bring all the world wanting to accept or comply with that new system. Digital identity markets insights discussed regarding strategic insights and key innovations, blockchain and digital identity initiatives find a new home. So they're doing it to Jake in Africa, and it's going to spread around the world, in the UK. So I'm just letting you know, right? And this is based upon what the Elder Bishop Natazak said about what the elites want to do behind the scenes. Is get everyone to comply, which leads to what? Worship, obedience, to bow down and acknowledge them as the masters, really, of mankind. But that's why when you go into these prophecies, what does it say? It says, Revelation 13:15 again, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship, right, or comply to the image of the beast should be killed. Be a part of this digital identity system. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, and free and bond, to receive a charagma, M-A-R-K, digital implant, microchip implant in their right hand or in their foreheads. We're seeing it happen before our very eyes. I wonder if Bishop Nathaniel has mentioned Neuralink in any of his lessons yet. See, that's why the apostles say that there's going to come a time when all these different Israelite leaders that have been gainsaying and talking bad about Great Millstone and what the MOTB is, and them, bringing out this false doctrine about what it is, they're going to scramble, because it's going to get to a point where you're going to have to say something about it. Now, they're either going to repent and teach the right thing and say, yeah, GMS has been right the whole time. I couldn't see it before, but now I do, now that it's happening. Or they're going to lie because they took the bag and they sold out to Esau, and they're going to cause their followers, to take it. Okay? I read verse 16. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads. Verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Meaning what? Meaning you won't be able to participate in society if you don't comply with the coming digital identity. Okay? I'm not making this up. This isn't something that I just brought out to, bring out. No, this is all through the Holy Spirit. Because you're going to be tied to a digital identity system powered by AI. That's why AI is seeping into the workforce and other places. These new smartphones and updates. Everything is being equipped with AI right now. So they can do what? Set this system up, set up this new image. Okay? What is identity compliance? Identity compliance provides a single control pane for access and compliance management for all user accounts and privileges. Let's see. What is digital compliance? Digital compliance is the set of processes and legislation that an organization must observe to ensure that its digital activities remain in line with current legal and ethical. Digital compliance is ensuring that an organization is complying with the minimum security and privacy-related requirements. Right, so it's starting with these organizations and companies. They got to comply with the legal system, which is going to be through who? The governments. Listen, y'all going to have to set up this digital identity system. If you don't comply with it, then you're going to be out of business. These companies are going to comply, and then that's going to trickle down to, okay, well now the people are going to be required to have their information in the different companies' digital identity database, national digital IDs, and that's going to be through. First, it's going to be through various biometrics, digital IDs, digital wallets, which I've done many videos about, and then eventually it's going to lead to the micro C hip implant. Okay. What is an example of digital identity? Digital identity relies on storing and verifying personal information. See, you're going to have to be verified. For example, the email address, a record of their face, as in what, facial recognition, online banking credentials, which leads right into what, buying and selling. The information you use to access your bank's online services, including your customer ID and password. What's digital identity, real life use cases, challenges, solutions. Now, what reveals a person's digital identity? Government issued identifiers. Okay, social security numbers in the U.S., driver's licenses, and other documentation is used to verify digital identities. And what are they doing? I mentioned a video last week about they want to replace physical licenses, digital ID. Replace physical IDs or licenses with digital IDs. That's the plan, to replace everything. Replace wallet, replace cash, coins with a digital wallet, with a digital ID. So all your information will be online. On the internet, which may include usernames and passwords, search histories, dates of birth, social security numbers, and records of online purchases. Does everyone have a digital identity? Information that exists online and identifies an individual, a company, or organization is a digital identity. Almost everyone has one. Yeah, so it's technically already here, but everyone doesn't have the implant. That's what's coming. How do you prove digital identity? It says they can upload or take a picture of their official ID, which that's what people can do now with their smartphones, their MDLs or mobile driver's licenses, or they can verify themselves with biometric scans. That's what the implant is. It's going to be a biometric device in your body, right? It says such as facial recognition, fingerprints, or voice. They can also submit personal identifying information, PII, about themselves to be verified against database checks. So if you're not in the database and they check for your information and you don't have that micro C hip, right, that charagma, then that's going to come up as a red flag. Oh, well, he's not complying. He's not in obedience or worship of the system to the elites. Oh, so this guy got to be taken out. Now, can you see where this world is going? So with that, I'm going to close out here. I don't really have anything else than that. This did come up. This was breaking news earlier. The New York Post, shots fired into Kamala Harris's Arizona campaign office. Cops investigating raises concerns. So yeah, they're definitely trying to stir something up, right? Shots were fired at Vice President Kamala Harris's campaign office in Arizona, police said, just over a week after a second assassination attempt against former President Donald Trump. Damage from several bullets fired sometime after midnight Monday. See, Now you know nobody's in that building. Who's going to shoot and you don't know anybody's in, and you know somebody's really not in the building after midnight? Really? You think Camilla in a campaign managers are just out there just hanging out after midnight? No. Right? It says it was discovered at the Democratic National Committee campaign office near Southern Avenue and Priest Drive in the 10th Police Office. The 10th Police Department told the Post. No one was inside the office during the overnight hours, but this raises concerns about the safety of those who work in that building as well as those nearby, said Public Information Officer Sergeant Ryan Cook. So they're definitely trying to stir something up. You know, it could be a inside of the system job. You know, which I believe all this is set up in some way, shape, or form. But anyway, this is breaking news with that, right? First Trump, now Kamala. So this is definitely stirring up tension between the Dems and the Republicans, and going into the election. You got less than 2 months, about a month and a half to go before. No, less than that. Right? November 6th, a little over a month away from, the elections, and, it's all a part of the, I guess it's a part of the campaign. These angry people shoot at this candidate, this angry people shoot at this candidate. So, they're having the people on edge about that. But, we'll see what comes from this. We'll just pay attention to what they say is really happening, what they say. But yeah, so, that's it on this, pursuing the Revelation 13 and 15 about the worship of the image of the beast is dealing with the obedience to the authority of Master Esau, and its coming digital identity system, right? First is through these corporations and these companies, these different governments. They're going to have to comply to the legal laws and things that are set up, and then they're going to require the people to take that charagma, that digital implant. So the people are going to have to comply. So, with that, I'm going to end it here. I hope this was edifying. All praises goes to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. Double honors once again to the apostles, bishops, elders of a great millstone. Shalom to the 144,000, to the hopeful elect. Shalom.